Hello, and good evening, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, L.A. by Night, Chapter 9, the Epilogue, Uneasy. What you are watching tonight is a series of vignettes, stories that take a look at our vampires all in the same time period. Tonight, we look at Victor. What you'll see are stories that conclude and stories that begin. Not everything will be resolved. We may have more questions than answers. So, with that in mind, let's tell a vampire story. Welcome to Episode 9, Uneasy. Let's meet our cast.
B. Dave Walters playing Victor Temple, undisputed Baron of the Valley.
Ash Minnick playing Fiona.
I'm Nora Ibrahim. I'll be playing Ebe.
Welcome special guest Vampire and special guest Ebe. Blaine is dead. Destroyed at the hands of the Coterie in front of witnesses. His associates are either dead or scattered to the night. And as far as we know, nothing now stands between the Coterie and the Valley. Or does it? Let's find out.
Fiona.
Victor.
Always a pleasure.
Let's hope. Congratulations are in order. You've made swift work of a little problem and proved at least some worth.
I pride myself on my efficiency.
Yes. Hopefully you can prove to be shrewd as well, and continue to make productive decisions.
One would hope. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? I mean, or is it just to say congratulations and kiss the ring? You're welcome too if you'd like to.
I'll pass. No, okay. Thanks.
I need a nicer ring for kissing anyway. I'll have you back when I get there. Eve, would you make a note that I need a nice kissing ring, please?
Kiss the ring?
No, kiss
really?
a ring to kiss.
A ring to kiss?
Yeah, a ring to kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you haven't lost your humility.
It's gotten me this far.
I'm making a visit to go over some things again in private. Last time we met, we did not have a lot of privacy. Your little entourage was about. And I'd love to get a sense of your plans and perhaps, well, I do hope you'll take advantage of my help, as I may have some information that would be of service. So, tell me, Victor, how's it been to be Baron?
We got off to a quick start, as you know, dealing with Blaine, dealing with his gang. They have, of course, been scattered and soon to be completely eradicated because we have to send a message, have to set the proper tone. One question I have for you is, who's in the valley? Like, I mean, I joke about kissing the ring, but at least we should have some idea who our
That's true.
subjects are.
You've spent a lot of time south over the hill in Hollywood. Now welcome to the other part of LA. I mean, obviously, on the living side of things, lots of folks are in the valley. It's a massive area, you know, lots of success, lots of money, as you know, studios of all sorts, film, TV, music, etc. There's not many kindred in the valley. And there's not been for a while. And that's something to be wary of, Victor.
Like, well, there was Blaine's people, there was the ministry, there's us. I mean, but there's, like, who else? Like, there's, I mean, it's at least Nosferatu. There's always Nosferatu.
There's very little. There's surprisingly little. There was some. I'm sure you've heard of Bella and his unfortunate incident. That's when we decided to focus a bit more on the valley. It was a bit. Well, as you say, you are the undisputed Baron. It's been very disputed in the past. It's been a place that many kindred have claimed to own, but did nothing to enforce. Gone through a lot of different hands. No one's really settled here for whatever reason, except a colorful kindred named Bella who got a little too sloppy with what the kids call social media, and was caught on tape. So we stepped in and took care of that.
Right. Is Bella still around, or was she removed from the game?
He is no longer a threat to our masquerade.
Right. I'd only heard. I hadn't even seen any of the videos. Figured it was probably best.
I'm surprised those in your own coterie hadn't informed you more.
That's why I need you, Fiona.
That's true. You do need me.
So was like Burbank, Glendale, Pasadena, North Hollywood, like these like big places, and you're telling me that there's like 10, 12 kindred?
I'm telling you, the Sunny Valley is not a place where we like to hang. But we should.
Right. Well, that's actually good for us, Ebe. Less to keep track of.
True.
I wouldn't think of it like that.
Oh, how would you think of it?
I would think of it as an opportunity. I would think of it as a challenge. And I would think of it as a threat.
So basically, literally every other aspect of kindred life, challenge, opportunity, threat. That's kind of the trifecta in which we
Don't
live.
get cocky, Victor.
Ebe, your cell phone rings. Check the number. You recognize it as the number of your employer.
Excuse me.
Put me on speaker.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Victor, my boy.
I should point out we are in mixed company, ma'am.
Good evening, Victor, my boy. And Miss Fiona is with you, I believe.
Yes, of course. Lovely to hear your voice.
So lovely to hear yours. I look forward to meeting you in person.
As do I.
Ebe,
Yes, ma'am.
is there anyone else in the room?
No, ma'am, there's not.
Excellent. Well, congratulations are in order, I believe.
Thank you, Fiorenza. Your help was invaluable.
Yes, it was. So, Needless to say, I expect great things to come of your success.
Absolutely. I intend to make you and all Ventru everywhere proud.
I would expect no less. Miss Fiona, would you be so kind as to ask the Baron to get back in touch?
Of course.
Excellent. I am much obliged. Now then, Victor.
Yes,
my
ma'am.
boy, to celebrate your victory, I shall allow you one additional question.
One additional question. I think there's one thing that is most pressing to all of us, and that is the Inquisition.
Indeed.
The two agents were left with the Ministry in a building that was on fire and collapsing. I don't know what fate befell them or who else might be on our trail already.
Yes, quite. Well, there is always that danger, of course, that records were left. I suggest you ask Ebe to look into it,
Absolutely.
and I shall make sure that she has the information needed to
Thank you, ma'am.
fulfill the task.
Your advice has been invaluable so far, Fiorenza.
Yes, it has, hasn't it? You are a very lucky boy, Victor.
And I never forget it.
Wonderful. Now then, if you will excuse me, I must attend to pressing business.
Absolutely. And remember, you have an open invitation to join us in person whenever you like, Fiorenza.
How charming. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The call ends.
Now, I know Fiorenza, but how do you explain to Abrams you knowing Fiorenza?
I know everyone.
Fair enough.
I've been around a long time, Victor. Had a lot of business partners. I look forward to our business partnership. So, I can't remember where we were when we were so interrupted. I want to make sure you have all the information you need,
Yes.
but I also want to make sure that I make it abundantly clear that you need to take this seriously.
Has anything up until now made you think I'm not taking it seriously?
Just every time I talk to you. I should also make it clear that I don't really care whether you continue to exist or not. But as for right now, it would be far more useful for me if you did and if you were successful. So I will do what I can to make that happen.
Wait, excuse me. Are you telling me you, the person who told me in our very first conversation that you don't do loyalty, don't care what happens to me? That's weird. I didn't expect that. Yeah. No, I think it can be business. I think it can be profitable for both of us. In fact, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Of course.
If you were the Baron of the Valley, you were not, but if you were,
Okay.
what would be your first act? What would you do, Fiona?
Well, I have very different interests than you, and so I would invest in very different things. I do have a number of documents here outlining specific business ventures that may be of interest to you specifically
Yes.
in the musical world.
Music, yes, but I also want to expand out into entertainment more broadly, which I can tell you now, that was part of the reason why I wanted the Valley. Everyone was like, oh, the Valley's so terrible, but I'm like, no, there's huge movie studios and TV studios and record labels. I mean, a lot of the hub of entertainment is here,
Yes.
which is why I wanted it. So now that we have some say in these things, I absolutely intend to capitalize.
I can definitely get you documents on any type of studio you'd like to look into.
Yes.
These in particular are ones that are a little mismanaged and could use a little help, perhaps a stronger hand in running them. And I think you would do well to look into them. I also think it should be noted that other people will have interest in this area. that have not yet made it clear. And you should be wary of those. I hesitate to say you should be wary of those who try to help you when I've just offered to help you, but it is true. And it would not be wrong to be wary of me as well.
Again, I think we've covered trust no one, so yes. But one thing I know I can count on you to do is what's in your best interests, Fiona. So in that, I'm not too worried. Some of the others, the ministry, their motivations are dubious. Anarchs, Camarilla, I'm quite clear on two things. Everyone wants what we have because it's our nature to be expansionists. And I'm also quite clear on the vulnerability of our position in that we have our coterie and we are strong together, but there are many competing forces, some of which are centuries old. Did you know that we ran into the lupines in Griffith Park? Like, they're there. We saw them.
Oh, I know. You should not go to the park without a dog catcher.
That's another thing. Silver bullets. If I don't remember, we need to look into silver bullets. I shot one of those things. We shot one of those things with the incendiary rounds. Didn't flinch.
Yeah.
So if that's supposed to be in Glendale, also, what's this Glendale cartel business? I remember that too. Do you?
Yes. It's a mostly human venture. Someone is in charge, and we don't know who. They come off as very disjointed, but there's something underlying there that's very dangerous, and I wouldn't doubt there is some non-human influence, perhaps taking advantage of the weak-minded. I would keep an eye on them.
If you recall, that issue with the Thin Bloods that we took care of for Abrams, remind him we took care of that for him.
Abrams never forgets.
Tommy, the drug dealer, was working with the Thin Bloods, and
Tommy
was
the
working,
drug dealer.
Well, Tommy T. That's
How
a stupid
quaint.
name, yeah, right? But he was also working with Blaine, so Blaine had fingers in that, and I don't know if Blaine was connected to these Glendale people or not. But there's definitely kindred hands involved in it.
I wouldn't doubt it. Blaine was sloppy, though. This is something else.
I'll look into it.
Something or someone that knows to stay quiet.
Yeah, I was quite concerned with what they were making, because it definitely was a kindred blood component to what they were distributing. Do you know if that's what's coming out of Glendale also, or are they fairly standard human fare?
They purport to be fairly standard human fare. Again, I suspect that is a distraction, but I don't have enough information to feel confident about making a plan of attack.
We'll look into it. We also were told the lupines are strong in Glendale. Another reason to be wary of that place. Good. You know, you said at one point that Abrams was looking to get rid of the valley. Again, I don't think he was quite looking for it as enthusiastically as you say, but were these issues with the cartel, the anomalous low kindred population, were these the headaches, or is there something else that you, my blue-blooded sister, have yet to inform me of?
The valley is a big place, and it is a big project. And he doesn't have a lot of time for new projects.
Luckily enough, we have all the time in the world.
Well, unless there's something else.
Are you going to leave those things with me here, too?
I feel we have come to an understanding, the two of us. And as a token of that understanding, and if there is a specific other venture you'd like to look into, I can definitely do some research and pull more for you.
You know what? As a show of my good faith and to show my gratitude for you, import-export business coming in and out of here, that can all run through you. I know how you like jewelry and art and artifacts and things. You can kind of pluck what you like, you know? I know it'll run efficiently if you're overseeing it.
How very gracious.
One tries to look out for my friends, and I hope we're to the point that we are friends.
Oh, I'm not friends with anyone, but business partners.
Fair enough. I guess one last question before I know you're a very busy woman, before you make your exit. We tend to work from behind the scenes, as is our way, obviously. Are there any human interests that were overtly aware of Abrams and his influence on their business? I guess what I'm saying is, do the humans know they're under new management, or is it up to me to move their pieces without their knowledge?
There was no management before,
Got it.
so good luck with that.
I love a renovation project. Well, until next time. It's quite a grip you've got there. Just a little cold, though. You know, I like it. Never change.
Thanks. I was planning on it, but now I won't.
You know, that whole scaring them thing, that was a nice touch. Back at the club, where we... I appreciate I like your style, is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, thank you.
Absolutely. I take my phone out, and I text Abrams.
You want to text Baron Abrams?
I would.
Okay. What's the text message?
Thank you, Baron.
Takes a long moment for the reply to come back. You're very welcome, Victor.
So I make my exit as he's doing that.
Thank you, Fiona.
And then on the way out, I lean in to Ebe and say, when you decide you want to cut your leash, give me a call.
I'll be in touch.
So, Fiona, you excuse yourself, and I'm assuming you head back.
Interesting stuff that we're dealing with now. What do you think of all this?
Well, several things that Fiona pointed out seem a little off to me. I don't see why a place as vast as the Valley, with such a population and with such wealth, would have so few kindred.
Well, the simple solution is either something is driving them out or something is taking them away. If they were overtly disappearing, we probably would notice. But if something is repelling our kind, like that business under Griffith Park with the labyrinth and all that, I could see that sort of an ambiance making people not want to be around.
Sure.
But I guess that's something we'll need to investigate.
Yeah. And I just give me a name. And
Words first. Actually, I do have something I want you to look into for me in the day. Blaine and his gang.
okay.
I knew there were 6 members of his coterie, including him. I can account for 3. Nick was destroyed, Carla was destroyed, Blaine was destroyed. The other 3, their whereabouts and what Blaine's holdings were, because we're definitely going to annex whatever was his. I need to make a point of not just destroying him, but erasing all memory of him. Because we need everyone to know what it means to cross us.
Including his businesses, his...
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Even if there was, he didn't really seem the sentimental type, but if there were even humans he were keeping an eye on, don't hurt them, but find out. Whatever was important to Blaine is ours now.
Okay.
I had Ramona keeping an eye on his hotel, so have to. In fact, I text Ramona
What is the text message?
Blaine's out of business. You can call off the Rat Pack.
The reply is, maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Gangrel.
She's got a mind of her own. I can appreciate that.
Everyone does. Everyone does. You know, this is wild. It wasn't so long ago that it was just you and me in the club. Now there's the Coterie and Ramona and the college and the valley and the you know, what she said about a leash, you're not on a leash.
Well, I don't think you understand the nature of our relationship.
Well, I mean, you work for Fiorenza.
I do.
She essentially loaned you to me as a favor. But, I mean, we've been through a lot, though.
We have, but she is my employer, and I will do what she says because I'm bound to her.
Well, if that's true, and if she does have you by some sort of leash, there's probably not a lot that I or Fiona or anybody else can help you do to cut it. But at least we can make things as easy as possible while we're here, right?
Sure, I mean, I'm here to assist you.
You know, this thing, and I pull the gun out.
That is one of the Inquisition's guns, the
Yes.
pistol, the incendiary pistol.
Yes. You seem a lot better with this thing than me. Maybe when nobody's around, you like give me some pointers.
Yeah, I'm an expert marksman, if you haven't noticed already.
I mean, you do seem to be a pretty good shot. We just keep getting stuck in situations where we're shooting things that don't die from bullets, though. But yeah, we'll schedule some time.
Sure, so you wanted me to look into the silver bullets?
Silver bullets. Need silver bullets. No, I don't need to see that thing ever again.
No.
Yeah, and the reality is, I thought afterwards, because we had a decent exchange with strikes, but I think that was just born out of necessity. And the reality is, if 2 or 3 or 10 of those things show up
Yeah, I don't want to see a lupine ever again.
ever again, yeah. So we need to be prepared. Yeah.
I'll look into that.
Silver bullets and maybe even silver stakes. Send.
Does that work?
I think so. Nellie's not much for guns. She's more the
No.
stabby.
Yeah, sure.
Although I don't necessarily want to go hand to hand, but whatever. That's her business.
I'll try to find something pretty for her.
Yeah, that's it. As long as it's nice. Yeah, like a silver garrote or something.
Sure.
Yes, so that Blaine, Fiorenza's going to look into the Inquisition, but she said she would funnel some information to you about that.
Yes.
So maybe look into that. I would like to know, have I heard from Miranda at all since the night of the club? Like, have I even verified that she's survived?
Yes, there has been a message, although it was sent by one of her club, shall we say, employees. Not one of the trio that you met at the Chat Noir, however. The message is simply that she is alive and well and will invite you very soon to her new enterprise.
I reply to that message with my thanks and my support.
How do you return the message? Do you use her courier or do you choose another method?
I use the method that she used. So whatever method of communication that she was comfortable with, I use that one. There's a real chance those hunters did not die in that building because we didn't. They may be captives. Honestly, they may be members of the ministry now, which is a terrifying prospect. But originally I was given another name. I was given the name of a Gregory Demetrios as a hunter who was not there. So I don't know if that name will come up anywhere in your analysis, but I'd like to keep tabs on
Yeah, I'll look into it.
what the humans might be doing. I think that's probably a pretty good start. Oh, and we need a new location. We need a venue. Like, we need to do something nice, like a new club, a new place for us to hang our heads. Like, I probably need to buy a house, actually. But first, let's just, we need to make a show of the fact that the Temple of Boom has taken over the valley.
The Temple of Boom, yes. How could I forget?
Yeah.
Victor,
Is-
do you have any intention of closing the Maharaja? Or are you going to continue with that venue in Hollywood and establish a new club in the valley?
I intend to open a second location.
Ah, the empire grows.
Indeed it does. Indeed it does.
Are there any specific features that I should look for in any of this real estate? Do you require a balcony to look over?
I mean, a balcony would be very nice, I have to say. We got time to expand, but I mean, if we could get some studio space, that'd be wonderful. But we need something that just is big, that humans and kindred alike cannot ignore.
You do have a style.
Yeah. Are you literally writing on paper? I can't remember the last time I saw paper. You've been hanging around with Fiorenza too long. Are you going to bring me a scroll with a wax seal on it stamped into it?
Sir, I will let you know two things. One, everything I do has a reason. And two, technology can be traced.
It's true.
And we're dealing with secrets.
You can't hack
So
notebook
let me
paper.
do my thing.
Yeah, hey, it's...
Because it's been successful thus far.
I respect you and I respect your choices, but you bring me a cipher cylinder, I'm shattering that thing. I want you to know that. Like, I'm not doing that.
Sir.
Yes. You do your thing. I'm gonna go try and find Ramona and make sure she got rid of those rats, and we'll reconvene.
Sure. Just quickly, would you like me to check on your sons and see if they're safe, or?
If you can do it from a distance. I've made a point to not call Isaiah because there's eyes on us, and now that after what happened at the Succubus Club, I'm sure more eyes than ever are on us, and I don't need to inadvertently tip anyone. So, Mark, yes, obviously that's just a matter of walking around on the college campus, but if you can do it in such a way that you're sure no one is noticed, then yes. Last I heard, he was in Vancouver having the time of his life modeling, so that would be best. And my other interest at the college, if you could stop by, make sure they're all okay.
Noted.
Yeah, I don't. As far as I know, no one else knows about them, and I would prefer it that way. I had a inconvenient amount of my personal secrets revealed in the last couple of weeks, and I would like to be able to keep some things to myself.
Yes, sir. Maybe not be on social media so much if you don't want people to know your business.
Oh, no, I'm doing that on purpose. I'm very much hiding out in the open, because if it ever comes to light that we are more than what we seem, people are like, it can't be Victor Temple. What? Like, I have his records. I saw his show. Like, no, it's not that guy. That's what this is for. And I activate the Blush of Life.
Ah, so you flood your undead limbs with mobility, get rid of some of that rigor, maybe. Pass your blood through your cheeks, sparkle in your eye, breathe. It's convincing. It's convincing.
I show them what they need to see. Yeah.
You're doing a great job, sir.
It's gotten us this far, Eve. It has gotten us this far. Yeah.
Well, I will look into Blaine and his missing members and his businesses, and I will report back to you.
Excellent. And I'm, now that I'm, I forgot what that was like. I'm actually going to walk across campus to find Ramona. Yeah, it's been a while.
Enjoy yourself, sir.
Always a pleasure, Eve.
So Victor and Ebe part company for the evening, and Ebe makes her preparations for the reconnaissance ahead. Does she go armed?
Always.
Then let us pass time and meet again after the day sleep the next night.
Sir?
Oh, hi. Hey.
Did you sleep well?
Like the dead.
You're not looking as alive
Oh,
As-
yeah.
I last saw you.
It takes work. I prefer my real self here. Yeah.
Don't we all?
You know, I realize there's advantages of you being able to go out in the sun and all of that, but if you want a little taste of immortality, you just say the word. Admit it, you can look like this. You can be young and beautiful and powerful and rich and influential forever.
Well, I've been young and beautiful and strong for much longer than you realize.
The offer stands. The offer stands. So, what do you got?
Well, I looked into Blaine, and the guy just seems like a lucky idiot. I don't know how he managed to do half the things that he was able to do. It seems like he's gotten some help because his long-term plans didn't seem to stretch out very far.
And they ended quite abruptly.
And yes, they did. So I don't know. Maybe the hunters of the Inquisition are helping him, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I've been looking into him, and doesn't seem to be very smart. I've also gotten a little help from Fiona in his tracking his financial backings, and seeing where his financial interests are. And it seems like, other than the Hartford, he just seems to have a few small businesses, really shitty little dive bar, gas station, dry cleaners, but all seem to be just front from money laundering. It seems maybe some weapon storage. I'm not sure, but none of it seems legit. It's just.
I mean, if it's that small time, we can... No, I still want them all shut down. We can make it seem legal and above board. You were bought out and shuttered. Because, again, I want everybody to know anything he touched is done.
So no outright killing anybody?
No
just,
killing anybody. Just shut the places down.
Just shut places
let's
down?
Let's go ahead and burn the hotel down, though. Make sure it's empty.
Okay.
But destroy it, yeah. No innocent people inside. You know what worries me? And I don't know if we're ever going to figure this out. Blaine knew Nick. Nick was involved with the political guy that's funneling money into the college.
Right.
Blaine was involved with Tommy, who's involved with the drugs, which was also involved with Carver, Annabelle's sire. So that guy goes around leaving anomalously strong, unattended offspring all over the place. I'm wondering if, Carver had more to do with Blaine, or at least whoever Carver's working for had more to do with Blaine than he let on.
Okay.
But
I mean, as far as I know, not sure. I'll look into that as well. But yeah, I know that he likely has connections to the Glendale cartel. Some criminals. He's got activities are primarily, I don't know, just seems like his small businesses, a lot of extortion, fraud.
right.
Drugs, but he's been seen with some of their more prominent figures.
Did you get any names for those prominent figures?
Not yet, sir.
Well, then we can find out who they are. I have to be careful because I don't want to be seen publicly talking to known drug cartel people, but we need to get a handle on whatever's happening in our domain. What else?
Well, it seems like other than that, he was in had his hands on a little protection racket. Would go around, I'll protect you. You give me money, and
Right.
some of them didn't, and he threatened their businesses or
Right.
needed some cash as a payout. So,
Yeah.
Just your small time.
Right. He was a blunt instrument.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I maintain someone was swinging that. Every time we look, there's someone
There's
behind
got to be
someone behind
somebody.
someone.
There's
Yeah.
got to be something behind that because I did go into the dry cleaners today or in the daytime, and I found about $100,000 in a drum of what was supposed to be cleaning solution, and it was or hidden under it. But
You took it, right?
oh, of course I took it.
Guess what? Keep it.
Thank you, sir.
It's your bonus.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. So I also saw a nice little black outfit that I took as well.
Wait. You took it from the
I
cleaners.
took it from the cleaners.
Because it didn't seem like Blaine's
It
look.
looked
So like
no. Oh, it wasn't this
dress.
one.
Right.
No, but I saw an outfit that I took because
Right.
I figured this place is going down. Nobody's coming to pick that one up.
Makes
so
sense. Yep.
took it. And then I know that you wanted me to do this seemingly legitimately, so I did report that there was unsafe disposal of cleaning materials so that they could come in and shut the place down.
Great.
So it'll be closed for tomorrow, and then primarily over the next few days, we'll see what happens.
Good. We should pay attention as we're shutting down Blaine's stuff. If anybody comes behind us and reactivates these things, we should pay attention to who does that, because then we'll know who's
going back.
who's got a stake in it. Yeah. Okay. Any word on a new location?
Not yet.
Eh,
No,
you know what I like.
I do, but
No, it takes time. It's just been a day.
yeah.
It's been a day. Well, before I ask for the next, anything else from this for today? I know it was just one day, but nothing else.
So far, that's what I've been able to find.
Okay. Well, then we know money laundering, cartel, more to it than that. Okay.
Yeah, the cartel. There might be some human trafficking or something much shadier involved. So I don't know any more about that. But if he's connected with these guys, he might be connected to some darker.
Well, we can't let that stand. If there's human trafficking, the drug business is neither here nor there. I just needed quarantined. But if they're moving people, we got to shut that down.
Yeah.
So I guess find out if that's true. Find out if the human trafficking is actually happening. Anything on the Inquisition? I know Fiorenza was going to make some calls, but I know it's been a day.
Not today.
Okay. Okay. Well, keep digging. Any more word on his coterie?
No, they're still
What are they
missing.
asleep?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering if some of them are the ones that are running some of these businesses or moving the people, or now they're going to go be muscle for the cartel, which is also bad.
It's possible.
Okay. We'll check into that for me. I'm going to the club. Chocolate Drop's doing another show.
Lovely.
This time I'm going to get to see it. Because remember last time there was a whole...
Oh yes.
That whole...
Yeah. Make sure you don't miss that.
Right, no. You can come with me if you like. Wait,
I've got work to do.
yeah. When do you sleep? Because you're with me the entire night, and then you're doing stuff the entire day, and the...
I'll sleep when I'm dead, sir.
I mean...
I've got work to do.
I can verify that it's like... We don't pull any all-dayers.
No.
Yeah. Well, call me if you find anything, and otherwise we'll meet back tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Victor need part company. To the club, then.
Yes.
Chocolate Drop.
Yes.
Do you feed there?
Absolutely. And I'd look and see if Amanitra's there.
Oh, Anitra, as your staff tells you, is there every night.
I make sure to spend some time with her.
So you'll reduce your hunger to 1.
Yes. Don't Don't kill anybody.
Don't kill anybody.
Don't kill anybody. Just make sure everybody has a good night.
And Eve makes her preparations for the next day's hunt. Okay. Let us pass time once more. And you meet again on the next night. Victor, when you wake, you'll need to make a rouse check and see if your hunger increases.
I'm okay.
You are still at 1 hunger.
Yes, sir.
It's good to be in control.
You know, I realize you have something to tell me, but it occurred to me when I was sleeping. Well, not when I was sleeping. We don't really dream, but it occurred to me at some point. I don't really know much about you. Like, I mean, my put my life in your hands constantly. I like to think of you as my friend, but I don't know your background or how you met Fiorenza. Like, I don't know anything.
Well, I'm a little just surprised because nobody ever asks me in my service to other people what my background is, because I'm usually there to assist them and do their dirty work. So, but I've been working for Miss Fiorenza for quite some time. For a long time, longer than you probably know. I was born in the Middle East, if you can maybe tell.
I didn't want to assume.
Don't know.
Yeah.
But I was born there before the First War,
First war.
the
Like-
First World
like
War.
Great War.
Before the Great War, yes.
No, that would make you like 110, 120.
You're very good at math, sir.
But you're still...
As an employee of Miss Fiorenza, who I became under her service during the First War, I came to an agreement with her. And so I don't think that it has come to a surprise to you with my physical abilities. I'm sure you know what I am.
I had a thought, yeah. Well, you know, if there's anything I can do for you, and I don't mean kindred bone bullshit, you promised me something, now you gotta go kill your kid. That's not what I'm talking about. If there's anything I can do to help you as Victor.
I don't think you realize the kind of... I need to work for her.
Oh, I'm not saying I help a Fiorenza. I cannot help a Fiorenza. I mean, if you want a nicer car or a house or a vacation or, mundane favors. That's what I mean.
I'm going to roll. Let's see, what is your current willpower? Your current willpower is... I'm going to roll for you.
Yeah, because there's no point in having wealth and power and access if I can't share it with people I care about.
Very briefly, you can speak freely.
You don't know what it's like to need one person's blood constantly. I need it. I need hers. Because I will deteriorate very quickly if I do not. And I can't fight it. I'm under her employment, and I can't be away from her.
Okay. I understand. We all are tied to something. Believe me, I understand. But at least you still have the sun.
Sometimes I feel like I might, if I was a kindred, sometimes I feel like walking right into it, if that was the case.
Hey, well, you know what? Let's focus on what we can control then, right? Yeah.
Yes.
What we can control. What do you got
Yes.
for me? We have an empire to rule, Abe.
You have an empire to rule. I was able to raid some of, or I was able to raid the gas station in the daytime, and I found that in addition to his money laundering, he's been trying to extort other small businesses to shut them down. I found two of his employees for the gas station running that operation, and I was able to take care of them.
Wait,
I didn't kill them.
Oh.
They might be eating through a tube for a while, but I was able to take care of that for you. So there's that. Also, Tommy T is nowhere to be found. He's been missing.
I would like a word with him if he turns up.
Well, if you want to maybe go to Las Vegas, I'm not sure. Word on the streets, that's where he might be headed. But again, he disappeared pretty quickly, left in a hurry.
Let's see if there's something I can do to get him back in town.
Yeah, well, he has, I don't know, he's got a police record and he's wanted for questioning for several things, so I'm not sure how willing he is to come back.
Yeah, I don't know how much I want to extend myself over it, knowing he's going to spend the rest of his life looking over his shoulder wondering when I'm going to come for him is, kind of has its own value as well. Yeah.
Yeah. There was one of the people you mentioned for me to look into, Gregory Demetrios.
Yes.
So, Gregory Demetrios has been one of the missing special agents, so that the FBI has asked for public assistance now in looking for them.
So he's missing along with Louisa Jankowski and Tim Wilson.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, no sign of hunter activity, but they're still missing, and now the FBI is looking for them. So,
on the one hand, I would say that we could feed them a false lead or something like that, but I gotta tell you, that's sort of what started the First Inquisition, trying to reroute the mortals this way and that. They're crafty.
Yeah.
So I think we should probably just stay out of that one unless there's any evidence that they're on our trail. I did post that video of me with Greg, which surely they've seen, but it placed Greg in a building that burned down, so maybe that already will kind of send them in that direction, which is fine by me. Miranda's a big girl. She can handle whatever comes out of that. Okay. We talked about this before, but if you come across or look into if there's any more thin bloods in the valley, there's a real chance that Abrams and Fiona have been overlooking them as not real kindred, which I must admit I've been guilty of the same thing until late. But if one thing that whole debacle over there taught me is they can be put to good use. And again, whoever's pulling Carver strings knows that. So I don't necessarily want a sleeper cell of restless thin bloods around us.
well, how would you want to go about handling that?
If we know who they are, honestly, I would like to reach out to them the same way we reached out to Annabelle. Give them a chance to bring them into the fold. Like, let them know that we know what they are and that we actually want to help. I don't want to destroy them unless I have to. I mean, they're basically sireless kindred. I mean, they need a hand. This is a confusing existence, and I got to tell you, I don't really understand them either. Do you know why everybody's so weird about the Thin Bloods? Why that's such a problem?
I'm not sure. I just know that they're kind of...
Obviously, vampires have been around a long time, arguably since the dawn of humanity. That's neither here nor there. But there's a big section of us that believes in prophecies and things that were going to happen. And one of the signs of the end of the world was vampires' blood would get so thin that we could no longer reproduce. And that we'd become basically ghouls 2.0. That our power would become so diffused that that was the sign of the end. So I don't know if I get down with prophecies and things like that. It makes sense to me that if you keep cutting something in half, at some point it's going to run out. That's just biology, if you can explain walking corpses in terms of biology. But either way, that's why people are freaked out about them. That it's like, if somebody said, when the oceans turn green, it's the end of the world, and then that happened, even if there was a completely plausible explanation, you'd be like, whoa.
But what exactly do you plan on doing to help them?
Oh, I plan to use them.
There's another thing about prophecies, though, is that if it's a prophecy, it comes true. So what can you do?
Well, right now, people like Clay, people like, I forgot the name of the other one, whoever. Maybe if somebody like me had reached out to them and explained to them, this is what you are, this is how it works, what we did for Annabelle. Could you imagine what Annabelle would have become if she'd just been loose in the streets for 6 months, firebombing government buildings and randomly causing illnesses? Like, she'd have...
But not wanting to feed on people.
But not wanting to feed on people, right? Yeah, she'd have brought the Inquisition crashing down on all of us. So it's good business to at least make sure they understand the rules. So, and if that means that we can make a safe place for them in the valley, they can be useful allies. Because the reality of the situation is the humans are coming for all of us. Anarch, Camarilla, Thin Blood.
That's true.
Whatever. So it makes sense to have allies where we can find them, or at least not create new enemies.
Victor, your phone rings. It is the head of security at your club, and he asks, "Sir, could you please come down and give a statement to these reporters?"
About?
I think you maybe want to talk to them about that, sir.
Apparently I have a thing. Anything else?
That's all for tonight, sir.
Well, keep digging. I do activate Blush of Life again.
Blush of life before you go.
Yes.
Rouse check.
I'm okay. Yeah.
All right. So,
You look camera ready.
Perfect. Actually, why don't you come with me for this, and then you can just kind of head out afterwards. Last time we had a anomalous group of people show up at the club. Things went sideways.
All right.
So
I come fully
off to the
armed.
club, and you deal with the reporters, which we will look into a little bit later. And I believe the next day is your foray to the hotel, the Hartford. So,
Is that...
should be
no, it should be
final item.
Thursday?
Oh, excuse me.
I think we're the third day, right?
We're on Thursday.
My mistake. So, when you meet again the following night, you've been to the bar.
A strange night. That you know, never mind. Yeah.
So Blaine owns the worst shithole dive bar I have ever been to.
Are all Brujah that cliche? All of them. They're just like Carver, like, I'm an old, restless guy. And Annabelle, right. Baby doll. And Annabelle, like, I fight for freedom. And then Blaine, okay, sorry, fine.
I could hear, like, Nellie could not find a spider fast enough in this place.
We should keep that one we should keep that one running. We should rename it The Griffith.
But I spoke to the bartender there, and he did not want to speak. So I had to persuade him a little.
You had to motivate him.
I had to motivate him, and he was much nicer after a black eye and a broken shoulder.
It's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird how that works.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. It's like cash. It's accepted everywhere.
Yeah. So he did tell me that after squealing, he did tell me that they were using the bar to launder money, and also as a place for like kind of a meeting with him and Tommy T and some other whatever guys he's been running around with. But I also removed about $25,000 in cash. I'm surprised that there was that much money in that kind of a place, but there was a stash in there with some handguns and ammo, so I took all that and from a strong box near the bar's office. I left the drugs there, though. There were drugs. I left the drugs there, and that way, tipped off the police.
Right.
And so that they can shut that down on their own. Tommy T, he's left town. Nobody knows where he is. Since the blood lab raid.
Do you have any idea? Oh, he left after that, so he's been gone for a little while now.
Yeah, nobody's seen him since
Nobody's
then.
seen him, right?
Yeah.
So he might have just left town, or he might have left town. We don't know.
We don't know.
Do we have any idea whose money Blaine was laundering? Because now that we're starting to cut off the supply, someone is going to come looking. So much so that if we play this right, this could be useful to us because we can basically set a honey trap.
Sure.
To lure someone out.
Well, I mean, all of these ties to the Glendale cartel. I mean, it's possible that that's where we look first.
Right. When you get down to Blaine's last spot for laundering, leave that one in operation.
Okay.
We'll find out what it is, because then we can keep an eye on it, see who's coming and going. But we won't shut down the last one. So we basically will like pinch the hose down to a trickle and see who comes knocking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. With that money, what's something we can do with that money? We need to make a big donation to somebody. We need to make a big show of it. We'll look and see if there's any Amnesty International type things, anything like refugees, anything like that's that themed of like helping people, because we do still need to find out if that human trafficking nonsense is happening.
Right.
But I want to make it clear.
Ebe, you receive a text message. It is a single word, a word that you recognize, a word in your native language. And in that moment you realize you won't be looking into the hotel or anything else. It is time.
Something wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I need to tell you, Sir Victor, that it's time for me to head back, and I wish you the best of luck in this investigation. But
Head back where?
back to my employer.
Hey, hold on. I pull out my phone and I text Fiorenza that I'm like,
What is the message?
I'm like, I need her help. Like, this is a very delicate time. I can't give her up right now. Please.
There is no response.
I don't know if it's I don't know, maybe I'll be back soon, but maybe it's not permanent, but maybe it is. I don't know. But it's time for me to go.
Do you want to go?
I have to go.
You can speak freely.
I have to go, Victor. You don't know what it's like. I can't do this anymore. I can't do anything that I want because everything is guided by what she wants me to do because I need her blood. I'm basically her slave. I can't do anything for myself. I don't know the last time I had some semblance of a life. All I know is that I kill people and I take care of things for people. And that's all I do, because if I don't, I'll just crumble, I'll deteriorate so fast and I'll have nothing left, and I can't take that risk, Victor. I'm sorry.
Go, but you know how to find me. Like, call if I can help. Anything, I'll do it. If there's... I text Fiorenza again, and I say, can I offer you something else?
There is a long pause. And the reply is, not tonight. Some goodbyes are harder than others. And in the world of the undead, those moments are few and far between, but it makes them all the more painful and poignant when they do occur. Some questions answered, some new questions posed. The story that we've just shared with you is over for now, but it will continue in Season 2. Now, let's check in with the entire Coterie. A few nights later, at Griffith College. Not everything that you're about to see will make sense yet, but we'll run this scene at the end of every epilogue so that when you've seen them all, it will. And if you don't like spoilers, maybe skip ahead to the end now.
Kind of weak, huh? Actually, I guess we haven't all gotten back together since the Succubus Club and that whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about that. Anybody want to say anything?
Anyone? No? Well, I talked to Baron Abrams, and it's been covered up. Just some sort of ecstasy issue. But the Masquerade is still intact.
Typical.
Well, I guess while we're talking cleanup, Ebe and I took care of the rest of the Blaine gang. His associates, mortals, his businesses, all of it erased. We have burned out all memory of Blaine from Los Angeles.
Typical.
Where is Ebe? You had a new driver coming in.
She was called away. New opportunity.
Oh, darling. Did you do something?
I mean, did I do something? Like, did I do something to make her leave? No.
Typical.
Oh, that's real funny, huh? Well, what'd you do this week, Sasper?
I explored my labyrinth, found a magic mirror, so nothing particularly special.
Oh yeah, just mundane stuff.
And nothing else. No further questions.
Did you check in on the thing?
No comment.
Well, I did something. I found the last of the hunters.
The Inquisition? How can it be the last of them?
Well, Less Inquisition, a little more misguided federal agents. See, there were 3 of them that traveled to Los Angeles, and we took care of the 2. But I happened to take out the last one.
What? Gregory Demetrios, what do you mean you took care of him?
Must I be so gauche? I addressed it, removed it, killed it.
Typical.
You know what? Just don't even start with me.
Well, if that's true, if the Inquisition is off the board, then we're pretty much ready. Because I've done some homework, and the Valley is definitely ready for some new vampire blood. And I've put some things in motion to really make sure that we can hold this place. And if what you say is true, and there's no more Inquisition, then we are ready to go. I took care of Isaiah. He's safe. I got some people on Mark. He's also good. Did you...
She's not going to be a problem.
You said that
This time is
before.
different. I took care of it. She's gone.
Well, then we're set. We're all good?
All good.
Oh, I did something. I released a new fragrance line. Get this? It's called Arachnophoria.
Oh. Arachnophoria tastes the spider.
Who tells you these things are okay to do?
My interns.
Wait, no, I've got it. You'll have him climbing up the walls.
God, I'm sorry. That's mean. Come
That
on.
is uniquely bad.
Not as tacky as your suit.
You only get snippy when you know I'm
You
right.
know what?
Meow. Oh, which reminds me, I punched a cougar.
How old was she?
No, not. Yes, that it is that kind of week.
Actually, I may have fucked something up.
And this is where our story ends for now. Thank you very much for joining us for our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, LA by Night.